centers run abortion recovery programs. We have a program that is connected with the Catholic Church, but it's open to all people, called Rachel's Vineyard, and it's a weekend retreat program, and I've done that program. That's an excellent program. The programs that the pregnancy care centers run, I've gone through one of those programs. That's also a great program. There are resources on the internet. If you go to our website, www.silentnomoroeawareness.org, we have resources for women who have had abortions. Click on that, and there's a whole list, and you can go through and you can link to their other websites. There's resources for men. We've been absolutely blown away by the number of men that are coming forward.
Oh, yes, I see their faces.
We've actually had a sign made up for them now. It says, "I regret lost fatherhood." And the fact is that everybody's regretting this decision. And somebody said to me, you know, well, what about the women who regret having children? And I said, gee, you know, I've never met anybody who regretted having their children, which is the opposite of I regret my abortion. You know,
even if you feel saddled with children, guess what? 18 years it's done.
Well, and
18 years your abortion is not going to be behind you.
And well, I'll be honest with you. I do have one woman that I'm emailing with right now who is talking about the fact that she does regret having her child. But the reality is she doesn't really regret her child. She regrets where her life is now. And so we're trying to help her work through some of these issues. It's not the child that should be punished by, you know, aborting it. It's the circumstances that we find in our lives that have gone wrong. But we can fix that. I mean, there are resources, and maybe there need to be more, and that's where the churches need to get more active and really coming alongside women, mentoring women, providing services for single moms. But we really don't have to abort our children to solve an unplanned pregnancy. That's just, we really have to change our thinking.
Because it's not going to solve. It's going to open up the misery, a cross that you should never have to carry the rest of your life.
Well, you know, what we often say is,
it's not a quick fix.
No, we think abortion is going to fix our problems, and instead we just exchange it for a whole nother series of problems.
For a lifetime of problems, for a lifetime of problems. One of the resources, I didn't bring them with me today, but on a national level, 1-800-LIFE-AID, I know that they'll hook you up. Is that one of those?
That's
they'll
one.
Hook you up to links.
The one I really like to work with, and the one that the campaign works with, is the 800-395-HELP, and that's right here on this card. 800-395-HELP, and I like that number because they have trained counselors that answer the phone for both abortion recovery as well as if you're facing an unplanned pregnancy, and they'll connect you with local resources, if the resources are open, if it's business hours, but they also answer the phone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So you always have the ability to connect with somebody.
Wonderful.
You're never alone if you're hurting.
Georgette, you've spoken to hundreds of aborted women, thousands. What? Give me a ballpark figure.
I would say that I've probably personally come in contact with about 5,000 women who have had abortions, who are saying now, Georgette, I want to join you in being silent no more. I want to connect with help. I want to change my life. I don't want to let abortion continue to control me. The fact is that if the word abortion, you know, makes your stomach flip-flop, or if you want to turn the channel, or if you can't stand to be in the room when you see a pregnant woman and you've had an abortion, there's help available. You don't have to live in pain. You don't have to live bottled up and in bondage. Our campaign slogan, our logo is a butterfly, because what we know is that when women go through healing from abortion, they're set free like a butterfly. But when we don't deal with our abortion, it's like it controls us like a cocoon. And while it might sound corny, it's the experience of thousands and thousands of women. And I'm just happy to say that you don't have to suffer. You don't have to live in silence. You can come out and there's help.
There's, I just want to ask you about some personal, well, one thing I want to ask you, I run into a lot of women in the work I do that come up to me and declare, I've had an abortion. And I say to them, I'm so sorry. You know, they think that I'm going to be somehow, I say, I'm so sorry to hear that. where do I go from there? What
Well, I think that's an excellent question, and that's actually one of the common questions I get when I do speaking. And what I tried to talk to people about is really just kind of saying to that woman, and how do you feel about the abortion? You know.